What's up, you guys? It's your girl Destiny. I'm here with another video, and it's Skylar again. I know y'all like, wait, when y'all gonna see Stormy? But Stormy is with my mom because we are at the hospital. And then on one video she was taking a nap, and then the other video she was at daycare. So, but that's neither here nor say. As you can tell by the title of what this video is gonna be about, it's gonna be about recap of 2020. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and do the recap of 2020 because, you know, I just want to put it in the past, and maybe my story could be someone's now story, and someone can get some advice from me or whatever. So basically, I'm gonna start off from when I had Stormy. I had Stormy 2018, right? So right after that, I say that because of how stuff ended with her dad, I was looking for something, and yeah. So neither here nor say, I ended up working 2 jobs. I think I was working at Waffle House and at Planet Fitness. Yeah. So I was working there. I think Planet Fitness was my second job. Y'all, I done had so many jobs that I don't remember. But no, I was in school. Yes. So I ended up having someone live with me also in my apartment. And yes, I'm giving y'all the whole 360 of 2020, baby. So with that being said, I had someone live with me. Everything was all cool and handy, but y'all excuse her. So basically, I had someone live with me, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't recommend getting a roommate unless y'all like family, because family, you can't really do too much to family, you know, and you kind of respect each other because y'all already been living together all that time, you know. Like when I say family, like your brother or your sister. So with that being said, basically everything was cool. Like it was cool having somebody there. I feel like that was that for me, having somebody there. And then they have kids so they understand, but you know, everybody not meant to be your friend, and I didn't realize that until now. Well, not now, but like after that. Well, no, after some stuff that happened at the end of 2020. So basically after that, I ended up meeting someone August 10th. I remember the date exactly because I had put it in my phone, because I said it in the video, sleep with him at the same time, because like we just had a connection. Like we just really did have a connection. We understood, like we just went through similar stuff, and I'm thinking like, no, he wouldn't be like this. But honestly, y'all need to actually take time and actually get to know someone. I didn't take time to actually get to know him, and that's my fault, you know. And so after I met him, we started talking, and talking led to basically staying together. I still had my apartment, and the girl was still staying at my apartment. And after all that, I had a 2019 car. I had a 2019 car, and it wasn't really all that. It was a Mitsubishi, the little cars that everybody driving now. Yeah, I had one of those. I still have it, but it's getting, yeah, this something else. So basically, because my engine went out, she was being a good friend by taking me places, and then we ended up doing all this. But you know, some people do certain things to make you feel, and I'm not gonna speak too much on that part. But I ended up getting a car. My patient ended up hitting my car. And after my patient hit my car, I'm thinking like, oh no, because I wasn't in the car. I was in the house with my actual patient, and her husband actually was the one who hit my car. So after all of that, I ended up getting it put in the shop because I had just got that car and everything was going smooth because I was working and stuff like that. So when I ended up getting it put in the shop, I had got me a rental. I love that rental. I think that's one of the cars that I want, but that's not my luxury car, you know? So after that, August 10th came and I met him. Which is her dad. I met him and everything was all good and stuff until like he not even a month in asking me for big money. I'm not talking about no little money. I'm talking about big money, like $300. He was like, cause his lights off. And I'm like, your lights was just on when I left. He was like, yeah, they just turned them off. And so then he drove all the way to where I was to get money from me. So he was like, I'll pay it back to you Friday. Friday came, he was never paying it back to me. He was like, I'm gonna have to split up the payments. But mind you, some of that money was from me getting my car fixed. And I was working at Waffle House, so I had 2 jobs. And he was like, you didn't need it. And I'm like, what the? Who don't need no money? Like, this ain't a free world. And he received money from the military. So I'm thinking, like, I never actually knew how the military stuff worked. And he ended up not giving me all my money back. He split the money up, and then when I actually tried to like get my money, like he had gave me like $138, right? And he took it out my phone, like took it back out my phone. And he was like, oh, I didn't think you needed it. He needed to pay his credit card bill. But that didn't have nothing to do with me. That had nothing to do with me. So that had me looking at him kind of funny. So then that following week, he ended up giving me $138 more. So girl, I keep calling y'all girl, but at the end of the day, I made sure that he wasn't able to get that money out or whatever. And basically he didn't give me all my money back. And it put me in a bind because I had to get my car out the shop and that was just money. And then I had to pay a $405 car note and I was still paying rent, and that just adds up to a lot of money being spent. So your girl was struggling for a while. I didn't know how to make ends meet because I had just stopped working at Waffle House because everything was good, like paying wise, because I was making enough from my other job to the fact that where I didn't need to work at Waffle House anymore, especially if I'm in a relationship. I'm trying to build something with them, and we were supposed to become one, you know. And it did move pretty fast. And so after all of that, I probably end up breaking this up into 2 videos because this is just long. So even after all of that, he just kept eating from me, taking from me, and that it was draining me. It was draining me, like it was just eating me up. So after that, I started staying at home because it didn't make no sense for me to struggle in a relationship when I wasn't struggling before you met me. And I was like living okay. Like I was okay. I can go pick up something if I wanted to, you know? So I ended up having to wait a long time to get my car out the shop. So by then, I found out I was pregnant with Skylar. And at first, he didn't believe me because he kept swearing that I was pregnant by somebody else. But when the first day that we had intercourse, you did not wrap it up. Like, you didn't do nothing about it. So I'm like, I don't know what to do because I didn't want to be 21 and pregnant. That was my biggest thing. I did not want to be 21 and pregnant. But I waited until I was like 5 months to tell my mom that I was pregnant, and then I ended up telling her I was pregnant. But she could have looked on insurance and seen that I was pregnant, but she didn't. So after that, we ended up just cutting our losses, like going separate ways, because I just couldn't do it no more. And then especially the way he took his key from me, like he made it seem like I just needed him, but he forgot that I had my own place. So. And then I had my other child with me all the time. So it's like, I don't need my child around that. And certain stuff that happened, it shouldn't have happened. Like, if someone tell you no, that mean no. And that's regarding anything. So basically, after all that, I got through me being pregnant. I started working for this company. Everything started falling in place. But I had already lost my apartment. I had lost my apartment, but I only had like 2 months left of me staying in that apartment. The girl that I had staying with me, she was just trifling. Like, she was just trifling. Like, she left her kids shit. I mean, she left her kids boo-boo in my floor. And that was trifling. That was trifling, y'all. And she just did certain things that I wasn't used to. I was so used to living by myself, or I was so used to, being by myself. And for someone to leave their kid boo-boo like in the middle of the floor, that was like a big no-no. And then I could have stepped in it, and I was gonna be upset. And then she kept inviting different dudes to my apartment, and so that was stressing me out myself. And then especially if I don't smoke, and I don't smoke cigarettes, and I don't smoke, but if I definitely don't smoke cigarettes. That's what I mean. I don't smoke cigarettes, and you let someone just smoke cigarettes that my name is on the lease. I just was nice enough to let you stay with me, but you do pay rent here. I get that, but I don't smoke, and you could have asked me if this person can stay here, but less than 6 months, you had at least 3 different people staying there. So I finally got tired of it. I told her she had to go. And she tried like to get smart and stuff like that. Like, and I meant what I said. Like, if you don't come get your stuff, it will be outside. And that's period. So I ended up she ended up coming to get her stuff with her dude. And later on I found out that she wanted to fight me or whatever, but you couldn't fight me because I was pregnant. And that was all cool and handy. We ended up recovering our friendship. Yeah. So, after that, I lost my apartment. I started staying with my brother. I was staying with my brother for a while. And then I ended up being depressed because I wasn't able to work anymore because of COVID. And then after COVID, I basically, like, tried to, like, get the baby out because I was just over it. I took the mother route. I ended up having a baby. But by then, I had finally found out that I had got approved for this apartment. So after I had the baby, I finally moved into my apartment. By then, the girl who I was staying with, me and her was already cool. We stayed in the same apartment complex. We was cool, handy dandy. All right. The dude, her dad, he wasn't like playing his part. It's just so much drama, from the stealing money to him saying that this is not his baby and stuff like that, when she looks exactly like his kids. And that's just mind blowing. And the fact that even after I had her, we tried to act like we was a family, but we really wasn't a family. Like, we had game night. I enjoyed everything that went on, but it's just, you continue to eat. Like, if you continue to eat from somebody and you draining them mentally, and they having to work a second job while you not doing nothing, you sitting at home on your do nothing. I'm not saying that I was perfect during the whole thing. Yes, I had an attitude, and yes, I have a smart mouth. I admit that I do have all that. But some of the things that happen, like, no, you don't do that to nobody. And even after all of that, he still wasn't playing his part, and he was just doing half stuff. He waited 3 weeks until after I had her to actually be a part of her life. And I'm like, that don't make no sense, because if I'm telling you this, that, and the other, or where I'm going to be at, and you can come meet your daughter, and you make up excuse after excuse, and you don't have a valid excuse, that stuff is like, dang, now, why you want to try now? You feel me? And I know, I understand people have to grow, but you're grown. Like, this man is like 30, grown. And so I'm just like, I finally moved my apartment. I started working back at Waffle House. Everything all good. I met my boyfriend, and I bet y'all like, why you like older people? My boyfriend's currently 33, and I just love everything about him. Like, he is so sweet all go around. He get on my nerves. He can eat a lot for no reason, and he works out, and he know he looks good, and he's a pretty boy. That's my problem. I love calling him a pretty boy, because he is a pretty boy. But I feel like when he helped me like grow a little bit, like, he helped me like not want to be so lazy. Like, he helped me like, if I ask him, I don't like asking people for help at all. And the fact that I can go to him and he'll do his best, like, to help me and stuff like that, like, I appreciate him. But he would never see this video, so guess what? So even then, after all of that, I get into different arguments with her dad, and it's just like, do I really want to do 18 years with continue to argue with somebody who is doing the bare minimum, you know? And it comes to a point where I know it's about the kid, but sometimes you got to put yourself first, and that's me. I want to put myself first. I want to be selfish, and if nobody's putting my kids first, then I'm not going to let them be a show and tell, you know. I want somebody to be there all go around, and if they're not doing that for my kid, especially because I know what it feel like to get half, not the full thing, not the full attention that they need, because my dad wasn't always around, but you know, I just don't want that for them. I want them to have that relationship like she has brothers. And my other daughter has a sister. I want them all to be close, but I can't force something that the other person is not helping out doing. So it's kind of like but after all that, I ended up meeting my boyfriend. I'm still trying to like figure out if I wanted to work stuff out with her dad, but it's kind of like I couldn't do it no more because of you drained me so much emotionally, physically, and mentally that I couldn't do it no more. And everybody was pointing fingers at me like I'm the one who did something, but no one was actually hearing the whole story. No one was actually there. Like, no one was actually, everyone's been trying to play victim. And then me and the girl that I was staying with fell out over stupid stuff. Like, people always try to throw stuff in their face, throw stuff in my face that they did for me, but some people don't even realize what I did for them. Like, they just forget about the stuff that I did for them. But that's cool though. I don't want no recognition. I just want peace. You know, that's what all about my 2021 is: peace, growth, successfulness, being surrounded by different people. I want business people in my life. I want someone who's gonna be real with me. Like, I need no one to sit up there and sugarcoat nothing with me. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Like, straight up. Don't sugarcoat with me. So, and I'm not having no more kids. I can't. No, that scares me. But I've been through so much in 2020, and it's kind of like 2021. I have to be like reborn. Like, I have to do something different. I have a little setback because my baby's sick, but that I feel like God got me testing His faith, and I accept it. You know, I accept it. I just need to pray more. I need to focus more on me. I just need to focus, you know. But that's with anything. I just really want to focus. I want to get caught up on stuff. Like, I graduate next month, and I'm so happy because I'm really gonna start my career. And once I start my career, I just feel like everything's gonna fall in place. I won't be living paycheck to paycheck anymore, and I'm speaking into existence. I won't struggle anymore. Like, everything I feel like it's gonna work out for my good, and I know I can be great. I know I can be someone successful. Even if I am working for someone, it may not be my destiny to work for myself, you know. And I will accept that, but it's my dream to work by myself. I want to be rich one day. I don't feel like I need to be rich. I feel like I want to be wealthy. Like, if I want something, I'm going to get it, because we only have one life. And I'm going to work my fullest. I want to fall back in love with Jesus. Like, I need to be reborn. And when I say be reborn, like, yeah, I just want to fall back in love with Jesus. And once I actually fall back in love with Jesus, I just need to, I don't know how to restart that process. And it's like, I be wanting to have certain conversations with certain people, but I don't want to be looked at crazy. So therefore, I'm going to figure it out on my own. I want a mentor. I want someone that I can look up to, or I can just run different ideas by, who just won't shut me down or talk negative on it. I want someone positive. But I'm just gonna leave this video off right here, and hopefully I gave someone something, like a message to say that you can get through it. Anything that you feel like you're in a hard time, a hard position, like, you can get through it, because I got through it. Because it's more, like, it could be more worse than that. You know, some people lose homes, some keep losing people and stuff like that. But, you know, we just got to keep our head up and pray about it. So So with that being said, blow it up, blow this video up. Yeah, I can't be too loud because she's asleep, but I'm gonna leave this video off right here, and make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and plus comment down below videos y'all want to see.